guys, welcome back to the Damsel in Success podcast. I'm so excited to have you back here with me today. I had a realization earlier that we've not once talked about kids. Not one time, not one episode. So, like here and there, yeah, kind of. But I was like, man, we've got to change that today. We're going to talk about kids. So, for those of you who are already parents or who will be parents one day, or maybe your grandparents or whatever the case may be, we're going to talk about kids. And I always hear, what do you want for your kids? Well, I want to make sure that they had things that I never had. And that's great. That's awesome. I'm all about that life. But we need to make sure that that's not just a materialistic thing. Like, whenever you're talking about them having things that you don't have, we're not talking about the PlayStations and the Xboxes and the tablets and phones and the cars or whatever it is. It's not just a materialistic thing. You need to make sure that they have knowledge that maybe you didn't have. Because, I don't know about you guys, but in school, I never learned how to balance a checkbook or how to, get a loan or what my credit was or anything like that. I had zero financial knowledge, and that's not necessarily, it's not the school's job to provide that. It's going to be the parents' job to provide that. So if you did not have that kind of financial education, go ahead and, if you don't know it already, learn it and teach it to your kids. Now, I think that it is so important that we know that money's great, but money is a tool, okay? And if we don't teach our kids that at an early age, both of my kids already have savings accounts. Yeah, I work at a bank, but they're 5 and 7. They know how to save. And I think that that's so important to help your kids develop that mentality that, we don't want to idolize money. We don't want to idolize materialistic things, but we need to understand that it's so important to budget. We need to be financially literate. We need to be able to understand how to use money as a tool to get the things that we need, one, of course, but also to be able to help and to make a difference. So my kids, they already add. So one of the best purchases I've ever made was at Hobby Lobby. It's like a laminated little piece of paper, and it's like a chore chart. And it's like a little dry erase board, and it's got their chores listed on there for Sunday through Saturday. And they go through and they make their little check marks whenever their chores are finished. And then they get little smiley faces if they're good at the end of the day. So they get little smiley face stickers. I think actually this week they have Avengers stickers. So they get Avengers stickers if they're good at the end of the day. And then if they get their whole stickers throughout the week and they've done all of their chores and all their stickers are done and they've been behaved for the most part like they're supposed to be, then they get their allowance. Now, what they don't know is that they get their allowance regardless, but I hand them their allowance whenever they've been good and they've done what they're supposed to do. And that way they can be the ones to put it in their savings account, and they can be the ones to delegate, do I really want this toy or do I want to save up? Do I really want this or do I want that? My kids are convinced that they want a Tesla, and I think that that's just some kind of YouTube nonsense that's going on right now. I don't think that they understand exactly even what that is, but that's their thing right now. So, but that's good that they have a goal in mind, that they know, hey, I want a Tesla, and they need to save for it, because I'm not paying for a Tesla. So I think that is so important, that like I said, if you are not financially literate, if you're not comfortable financially, if you don't know how to manage your money, get that education. If you are an adult, you have no excuse not to. It's out there everywhere. If you have a banker, if you have somebody that you know and trust in the financial industry, let them know. If there's something I can do for you, let me know. I'm happy to help any way that I can. And that way you can end this. Not necessarily, it may not always be just a general or a generational poverty, but the lack of financial education in our country is just staggering. So it's up to us to stop that now, to educate ourselves, and that way we can educate our kids, and that way they're able to manage their money. They're not going to have the financial troubles or problems or issues or anything like that, because they'll have that understanding. It's amazing the significant difference that you see in a kid that's in high school that manages a checking account. Whenever they become an adult, how much more responsible they are with their money and how they know how to manage it, than for somebody who maybe doesn't have a checking account until they're an adult. Then they come in and they have no idea what anything is. And I mean, it's never too late to learn, but why not give your kids the best possible opportunities? Why not give them the best start that you possibly can? Because we all want them to have a better life than we did, right? Absolutely. So stop throwing cell phones and cars and games and crap like that at them. Yeah, all those things are great, but give them something that they can actually use, something that they can build on, something that can help them their entire life. Because I promise you, that Xbox game is not going to help them become a successful adult. But if they know how to, manage their finances, if they know how to earn money, if they know that money is simply a tool to help them be able to, get what they need and want, and ultimately be able to help other people and achieve their dreams, then that's going to be a much more successful adult. I mean, everybody wants to talk about, oh, well, these millennials, first off, millennials are going to be like young adults now. It ain't just us. But they're going to talk about all the younger generation who doesn't know how to do anything. Well, guess what? They were never taught. They were never taught. You can't blame somebody who is a child who was never taught how to adult. Hashtag adulting. So if you want the best for your kids, if you want them to have the life that you never had, if you want them to have a better start, teach them financial literacy. Teach them how to earn their money. Teach them how to save their money. Teach them how to do anything. And of course, whenever you've got older kids, you can start teaching them how to balance a checkbook or run a checking account, or teach them about taxes. Nobody likes taxes, but teach them about that kind of thing. And that way they are not clueless and relying on somebody else whenever they're adults and they're forced to do this kind of thing. So you guys just think about that. And again, like I said, if there's anything that I can do to help you or help you kids or help whoever, please let me know. I'm a nerd. I love numbers. So if there's anything that I can do to help you there, if you need any kind of advice, I'm happy to help you anytime. Reach out, okay? So I hope that you guys have an awesome, awesome, awesome Wednesday night, and I will talk to you again soon.